right.
Take your mind off the noise, take your mind off the performance, take your mind off the spinning wheel that goes nowhere. Withdraw your precious consciousness like a tide returning to the sea. And watch how in the silent spaces you create, life will begin to speak to you again, softly, truly, eternally.
Welcome, everybody, to all of those who are watching us right now. Let me bring you onto the stage, Vanessa. I don't know why you hiding out there.
Hey, everybody.
We just did a little live on Facebook. I see you're still live. Good. Okay. So we are actually at the point now where we're about to start this beautiful session. I am so excited about where we're going tonight. We have Renessa Guerrero, and I'm going to let her introduce herself because you guys are familiar with her. She's been on the live before. We had just a powerful time with her and Dr. Mercer. And I'm going to have him back on as well because he is a very powerful leadership leader who has done a lot of government work, has moved his life into a place now where he's actually teaching businesses about leadership. And so tonight, our conversation is relationships in the conscious community, how we respond as leaders. And our goal tonight, or one of the goals tonight, because I'm sure we have many, right, Vanessa?
Yes, many goals.
But one of our goals tonight is to restore sovereignty to all of those that are watching, to restore the sovereignty of, let me see if I can get the comments on here. Okay. Good. Teresa, good evening, sister. How you doing? It's good to have you in the place with us. I want you to share this this session, share, like, comment. Please engage with us in the comment sections in the section and let us know how you are experiencing this session tonight. We don't want to just talk at you. We want to be talking with you. We don't want to just throw information to you. We want this information to help transform you. And so we're looking forward to an engaging conversation. And tonight we're going to be starting out with Renessa, because I think what she's got to say, the last time she was on the show, her audio got a little messed up. So you guys didn't get the full experience of who she is and what a powerhouse she is here in Arizona. She has a powerful business model that she's using and working with. And so I'm really excited to have her here. And so hello, I can't even pronounce your name.
Rhiannon and
Rhiannon.
Jessica. Yes.
Look at Gwen. Hey, baby. How you doing? Monica. Jessica is here. Hello.
Yes.
Aloha. Oh, wow. This is great. Y'all spread the word. Let people know we're here. If you don't mind going on your social media and just telling them, listen, we're live tonight. Dr. Dorothy and Renessa, we're live here tonight. Co-founder of Moms in the Market. Y'all are about to experience something very powerful from Renessa tonight. And let me just share with you what our agenda is. Renessa is going to go first. She has the floor. She is going to share her vision of leadership and what she see happening in the conscious community as far as business is concerned. And then I'm going to come on and I'm going to share with you some of the ideas that I have around consciousness, around leadership, and around how we respond as leaders in the conscious community, because we can't respond the old way. And we've seen a lot of stuff on social media where leaders are using social media to embarrass people that are following them. We've seen a lot of this in religious communities, the business community. So much seems to be pulling at our heartstring around sovereignty and autonomy. And so we want to really get into that tonight. So I'm looking forward to that. Natasha Bishop. You know, I was waiting for you to get in here, right?
Welcome, sisters. Oh, we
Yes.
have
I'm
family in the room.
Yes. Welcome to the room. We are so excited to have you all here. Again, I'm going to say this throughout. Please share. Please
Yes, right.
comment. Please subscribe. If you are not, because we're going to be doing more lives like this. Of course, all know I'm transitioning Transformation Tuesday from this private group into this public arena, because I believe that's one of the moves that we're being asked to make in this hour. Is we've got to come out of these little small communities, these little small pockets where we are, so that we can open ourselves up to a larger community. And if we put the frequency out, people will tap into that frequency and tap into that consciousness, and they will join us. So that's one of the reasons behind me doing these lives. And so I'm going to turn the floor over to Vanessa. And it's 7:05. We know in many of your communities, or where you are time-wise, it's late. And so I do not take your presence here for granted. I am so honored to have you here. I know in some places it's probably 10 o'clock. And so I understand some of you told me you will pop in and you may have to pop out. So we're going to give it right over to Renessa, and I'm going to shut my mouth and even turn my mic off, because now I'm one of you listening to the master.
Oh, well, thank you so much. And thank you for sharing, sisters. I appreciate that. I'm so excited to be here. Anytime I could get in the room with Dr. Dorothy and share what we have been calibrating together, aligning together in this time, I'm just so thankful to have this time together. So the first thing I want to share with you guys is I've been a business owner for 26 years, going on 27 years. So I've owned a total of 9 different businesses, from nightclubs to daycares, to an art gallery, to a matchmaking company, to a singles events company with over 70,000 singles in Seattle, to a women's community and networking and mastermind groups in Seattle, to now coming back here to Arizona in the last 10 years and starting a real estate and mortgage company, and still having the foundation of community in my background. My first big community was when I was 13 years old. I got led into creating a community at my school, and we had close to 40 of us in a group that we continuously got together every Wednesday to pray and connect. I was not into a very big religious component, but I was in a place where I wanted to see miracles. And so I have lived in a place where miracles have existed for me in my life. And when things don't go my way, I expect things to shift quickly. And when things are not shifting quickly, I want to know why. And right now, the frequency, everything is shifting fast with AI, with technology, with how things are shifting in our communities, with things that are changing in our education, in our banking system, in our housing systems. There is so much happening. And so if I could give you a reference of what that looks like. I remember back in the day when we had pagers. I remember back in the day when we literally were using Blockbuster. Now we have Netflix, and actually now we have smart TVs, and now we have Ubers. Imagine now we get into cars with random people. We never could imagine those times and where we are now. And things are going to rapidly continue to shift for our business world. And so my heart and my passion is for mothers and for families. And the reason why I come from mothers and families is because, one, I'm the oldest of 6 kids. So I have a very big family. Out of all of my siblings, all of us have anywhere between 3 to 4 kids each. So out of the 6 of us, there's over 20 kids underneath us. So my next generation, the kids that I'm leading, are right here in my home. I have grandchildren that I live with. I live in a multi-gen home. So I already know what we're going through from the ages of 40s and 50s of taking care of our seniors that are aging, to all the way down to our newborns that are here. And let me tell you, there's a huge market to tap into. There's a huge opportunity for us to see what's needed in our homes and in our families, and how we can line up with other businesses. So even though I have a real estate and mortgage business, I really am a business-minded entrepreneur woman. I have never, well, I would say never, but for the last 2+ decades, I've been fortunate enough to be in the ownership place of being able to go out there and hunt and get my checks and go out there and know what market to hit and what to say and what frequency I was going to fill, so that way I could be able to pull in the people that needed my support and my help. And that's what I've done in real estate and mortgage. I've helped people buy houses for $500, $1,000. I've helped people repair their credit. I've helped people build Airbnb business, investment properties, multifamilies. I've helped a lot of people become very wealthy through real estate. But when I look at that, I realize there's a whole other side of people that are struggling. And most of those people that are struggling are our single moms and our families. And so I said, okay, I'm not a person that can just come over here and just keep pushing one way, because my heart and where I'm at, I was set back almost 4 years ago when my son at 22 years old, unfortunately overdosed from fentanyl. So when my son took that journey to the other side, I took that journey with him. And so for the last 4 years, I have been in a frequency between heaven and earth, knowing that, hey, if Jesus could rise again, then you need to bring my baby back and he needs to rise again. And so when I created Moms in the Market, the reason why I say I'm a co-founder of Moms in the Market is because heaven is my other co-founder. It's my son. It's my family on the other side. This business was birthed knowing that there is a huge need in our economy that the big billionaires out there don't see. They're invisible to this frequency. It's wide open for us, but you got to tap in and know what to do and how to set your business up, whether you're an author, a coach, a transformational leader, you have your own business, you want to start a business. There is a huge opening that's over here, but you got to know how to line up with those businesses because the audience is humongous. We're talking hundreds of thousands, but before you can take on that level of business success, you got to know your baby steps and being able to step into them. And thankfully for me, I've been doing and creating businesses for over 26 years. So I know from the website to the sale, to the service, to the closing, to the maintaining and the nurturing. I know the whole process around the business transactional side. But we are past transactions, families. We are way past feeling like I want to sell you something and I just want to close the door once I get my money and I want to be gone and out of the conversation. We are now in a relationship. If I'm going to do business with you once, how can I serve you again? How can I refer somebody that I know to help you if you have a need? Right now, our needs are so high. Credit support, housing support, affordability, groceries are going up, gas is going up. We're not getting paid anymore. Our kids' shoes and clothes and everything is rising up. Everything is becoming more expensive. But yet the economy and what our people are giving us, or the big governments or the big billionaire companies that are out there, they are not taking any level of consideration to making sure that our ends are going to be met month after month. And that's very apparent. I don't think any of us have to go into what we see out there. I work with even women that are in homeless shelters. I help with a lot of different areas that I know I'm one step away. Something could shift in my life and things can change like that. So I take my knowledge and my wisdom not for granted, but I am acting as a vessel of knowledge and wisdom and going, how can I get this knowledge and wisdom out so more families can start businesses, so they know where to market their services, so they know who their audience is, so they know how they can be able to not only build a home, but build a business, get the tax advantages, be able to apply for grants, be able to apply for whatever it is that you are called to do, that you are not doing this alone. Because the biggest thing that where we are right now is the level of technology has created a place of separation. We believe our ChatGPT is going to give us the right answer. I'm telling you, I have to tell ChatGPT constantly what is real because they have no clue of this frequency that I am talking about. It's so not available in the ChatGPT because ChatGPT does not understand heaven's frequency. They don't understand ancestral language. They don't understand a deep wisdom that comes from within because I've had to go through the darkest parts of my soul to meet who I am and where I belong in this time until I spiritually meet my son again. But until then, I have to spiritually and physically align with everything I do in this space for you and for me. I have a responsibility. I have a conscious responsibility to not only to myself, but to all of my children, my grandchildren, my family, and every business person and every single family member that I serve. We all have a responsibility. If we don't take that level of responsibility seriously, then what ends up happening is we become disconnected from who we are, what we're here to do, and we step into a place of isolation, depression, disconnection, anxiety, and we see what that brings. Addiction, we see all of the bloodlines. I have family in prison from addiction. I can continue on and on and on what that looks like, but I know we already have a knowledge of what that frequency looks like. And because of that knowledge, the chat GPTs and technology has already prepared a forecast of our demographic. It's already said, hey, listen, if we continue to feed them separation, if we continue to feed them isolation, this is where our children are now committing suicides at higher rates than we've ever imagined. We have more kids that are dropping out of school, going into homeschooling because of the bullying that's happening in our schools, because of the parents that are not home, because our parents are over leveraged, overworked, and underpaid. So because we are dealing with this level of economy, we have to go, okay, something has to shift. Something has to change in this time. And the same amount of hours that I put into growing one business is the same amount of hours I could put into growing into another business, but the impact has to be where my bloodline is taken care of. I need this to meet me at a soul level. And so that's where I created Moms in the Market. Moms in the Market is an actual community it's built by moms, but it is made for everybody. And this community is an inner circle. It's where we talk about, we have housing options. We have business opportunity to grow your businesses, what type of businesses you should be getting involved in. We have a place where if you do decide to launch your business and what you provide in your business and your services, there's already an audience of people that I already have nurtured in my own communities that are willing to take on and learn about your business and invest in your business. I'm going to invest in your business. The idea is that you build a business that not only sustains you, but also puts you in a place that if you are going to build a business in this next economy, in this next place, you have a level of responsibility. Because that level of responsibility is you're not just asking for money to feed yourself and feed your family, but money is a frequency. And so to have the next level of abundance, to have the next level of consciousness around feeling joyful, because a lot has shifted since COVID. A lot has shifted in a lot of our families. And I go into where COVID did to a lot of our families. We dealt with a lot of grief. And for some people, they couldn't even plan funerals. We have so much that has hit our nervous system in the last 5 years that for us, the only answer before planning a business, before getting out there in the marketplace, before launching your next thing is building your community. And I've been building communities for 20 plus years. So I understand what it takes to nurture and connect and engage and support. And it is a high level of responsibility and duty that I am committed to every single day with the people that I'm connected with. And if you are at that place, wonderful, jump in. If you're like, hey, I need baby steps to get there, wonderful, jump in. If you're like, hey, I still have some healing before I can get to there, well, Dr. Dorothy Parker is going to share her app and share what she has coming on next to get us there, because health is really what we streamline into. Because business is great, cashing checks is great, but if you're mentally and emotionally barely crawling, like where I was the last 4 years, you're not going to be able to sit in this place and speak with the level of confidence. So when somebody comes to talk to you about your business, you're not selling your business, you're just filling a need and being able to support them in that place and continuously being their friend and community and continuously guiding and supporting each other. So Moms in the Market is where that's at, where we're growing right now in that community. We just launched our Facebook group and we have almost 800 women and businesses already launched in that group. To have over 700 right now, I'm thankful.
Yeah.
And I know that that is just the beginning, but I also want you guys and want everybody to know watching this that this is a place for us to gather.
Yeah.
Because before you can step into the place of abundance, you want to gather and fill the needs of yourself and your people. So when you speak, you're filling a need. You're not doing a transaction. I'm just filling a need. And that's the space that we're creating together. So I'm so thankful to be in this space with you. And if anybody wants to jump in with me on that, or want to say anything, comment, I would love to hear what your thoughts are. But the economy is shifting and there's a great need in our senior care, our child care, our technology, our kids in the market is going to be launching. We're going to have workshops for our kids. There's a huge plethora of so many businesses that are getting ready to accelerate, from trades to technology to child care to senior care. There's so much needed, and it's a wonderful frequency to be a part of.
Wow, that was beautiful, Renessa. Anybody in the comments have any questions, or did you get anything from what Renessa was sharing about moms in the market and how important it is that we gather in these spaces, because we can't do this by ourselves? Yeah, y'all remember Lady Sings the Blues with Diana Ross and Richard Pryor when she was she was high on cocaine. They were just going crazy. And all she was saying is, he was like, we got to get some help. We got to get some help. And she was like, see, we can't do this by ourselves. We're both
not meant
in
to.
trouble. We're both struggling. We're both carrying this burden on us, and we need each other. So I want every person who has a business, who is thinking about a business, who want to do a business, especially those who are single moms and you're trying to get on your feet. There's a community here with Renessa that can support you in what you're doing and what you're trying to do. If you need help from grassroots all the way up to the top, Renessa has built so many different businesses and has been extremely successful. So you're not talking to an amateur or listening to an amateur tonight. You're looking for someone who has evidence of the work that she has put in and the results of that work. And so I want to encourage you, if you are in business, and I'm going to jump in here and now bring the other side of this, because I really wanted Renessa to share with you how important it is to have community around business. You can't do business by yourself. And resources are scarce. People's resources around businesses are getting to the point where it's also affecting their personal life. So it is not just about not having enough resources for business, but just not having enough resources to live day to day. As single moms, we understand that struggle. We understand how that feels and how that looks, and the struggle of trying to feed your family and then at the same time feed your dream. So we get it. We that's right, Jessica. Community is key. So Renessa, I'm going to take you off the stage for a second, and I'm going to go in here, and I'm about to do my little thingy thing. So listen, everybody, I'm really excited about this next session. Renessa was actually great, and I really enjoy her so much. We are doing this work together. We're not doing it on our own. We are building something that we believe can really help the community. And so tonight, this is where I want to share with you I want to go into a space tonight where talking about leaders relationships in the community, how we respond as leaders, because you can lead people, and people can really, I think, business building a business can be a very productive, very powerful, energetic exchange. Money, we all know money is energy. We know that. But what we also need to understand is that we're energy as well. It's not just what we're bringing, is who and what we are when we enter into these spaces. And so, as leaders, one of the things that I want to share with this community, and everybody in this community know me, Bishop Natasha, Gwen, Teresa, even Jessica, I've had an opportunity to be in the spaces with her. You know me. I'm always saying that you are sovereign beings. I'm always saying, and if you know this to be true, just let me know in the comments. Just say yes, so everybody know Dr. Dorothy ain't lying about this. You are sovereign beings. And this new era that we're moving into around leadership, around community, we can't do it the way we used to. And many of you have been in so many different communities, just in consciousness. We're not talking about in all the other spaces around us where we are experiencing awakenings. We're not, I mean, some of you are still even a part of church communities. And so you understand the types and the quality of leadership that we're dealing with in 2026. How many of you, I'm looking at the comments, so I'm really looking for engagement, because I want to know that I'm not talking at you, but I'm talking to sovereign, autonomous beings who understand where they are and what it is that they are seeing out here in this leadership community. How many of you have seen a lot of these musicians being actually demoralized in churches lately? I saw one pastor, and this is just not about pastors. This is about leadership in general. But I saw this pastor in the middle of the service. He went up to this young man who was playing the piano. He said, "Just stop playing. Just stop playing. Who taught you how to play and play in this key and play in that key?" And when it all came down to it, the pastor was on social media. So he wasn't doing this behind closed doors. This is on social media. So these leadership spaces also have social media accounts where now how they respond and how they treat you is going viral. It's not just in the privacy of these little spaces where we used to run into these abusive and traumatic leaders. This is happening now in public view. There was a young lady who was prophesied to by this prophet. I don't know who she was, but she prophesied that the young lady would go to would go to BET. And during the prophecy, she was like, "Well, don't forget about me. You know, when you get big, don't forget about me." See, you see how it works? Your gifts don't belong to you. And so what happened was the young lady went to BET. And then after Bishop Terrence, I'm so glad to see your face. I felt your energy as soon as I saw you come in. But what happened was the prophet came back to the church, and the pastor and his wife told her, she said, "You know that young lady you prophesied to, she left. She no longer goes to the church. I'm going somewhere. Y'all know me. She no longer goes to the church anymore." And the first thing the prophet said was, "I knew that girl had a demon. I knew that she wasn't right. I knew this and I knew this and blah, blah, blah." And she destroyed this young lady's reputation. Why? Why are we as leaders? And I feel this energy coming on me. I'm hoping it don't take me over when I go down this path. but I believe in following the frequency. If you understand this and you've experienced this and you know about this, please let me know in the comments. Let's talk to one another. I want you to like, share, and subscribe. Do not just be in the audience. I really need your engagement. I need your frequency. I need your energy. So we know that we are communicating tonight. So this lady, the prophet, by the time, and this was, I don't know if it was years later or months between her prophecy and the girl leaving and going on BET, but when she came back, it was so degrading that the young lady left the church, and when she went on BET, then she come back and now her reputation is still being destroyed. I'm going somewhere tonight, y'all. Then we had another young lady. The same thing happened to her. Now I'm talking about musicians right now, because they are at the forefront of what's going on in a lot of these religious and spiritual communities. And this young lady apparently had an attitude prior to the service, and she wasn't too happy with the leader. But then she, apparently must have got herself together, and then she went into the pulpit. And she, went up there, which she normally does, do praise and worship. Well, why did the leader walk up on the stage with the cameras blasting in the middle of the service to stop and tell everybody about this young lady's attitude? Before the service, she had an attitude, and I'm hoping that she got herself together. And so I just want y'all to know, and I just want her to know, if she's not good, she can always just go sit down in her seat. And then she said, just come and give me a hug. So the girl gives her a hug and goes sit in her seat. Why? Because she's not going to stand up there and continue to be humiliated. And so she went and sat in her seat. And when she sat down in her seat, she mumbled something, and the passage is, we have got to take back our sovereignty as human beings. We have given it over to the system for a long time. And leadership now needs to lead people to sovereignty. As a leader, if you cannot tell those you're leading why you're leading them, where you're leading them, and the reason that you have chosen this field of leadership, it needs to be clear. If you agree with me that as leaders, we need to now have more clarity on what it is, where we're leading people, so people can make a conscious decision about whether they want to continue to follow us. If we cannot be clear about where we're leading people, about why we're leading people, and about who we are as a leader, it makes it difficult for people to see the vision and continue to find their sovereignty and their autonomy under our leadership. And I'm big on autonomy. I'm big on sovereignty. That's one reason why I took this transformation out of Zoom, because I want it now to the frequency now to go out. I want everybody that want to be a part of this to be a part of this. I don't want you to have to come into a closed combining circle. That was good when we started out. But now a lot of you that we have been working together over the past year or two, you are now have enough information that you are sovereign. You are sovereign about your consciousness. You are sovereign about your growth, sovereign about your awakening. And so I want you to understand that leadership is no longer just about someone telling you what to do, right? It's how you are being responded to in leadership. It's no longer just about the gift anymore. It's no longer about the charisma and the effervescence that leaders are bringing into these spaces. You have got to become so sovereign that you are discerning of who you're following. You just can't follow anybody anymore. I don't do it. I'm more powerful by myself than I am following someone. And so I think it's really important that we understand the purpose of community and the purpose of leadership. And it is not to govern divine beings. At your core, you are sovereign. At your core, you're divine. And when you are aligned, you have a vision. The same thing, the same reason that you are following people is because you feel like they have something to share with you. And you like their message, just like those of us, we follow each other in this group. I follow Natasha's group. I follow Renessa and whatever she's doing, the Moms in the Market thing. I'm following to let you know that there is no big eyes and no little U's. And if we don't get that message in 2026, when 2027 come, people are going to be leading and guiding us in all kinds of directions. And in consciousness, that cannot be allowed to continue. It's important that you understand your sovereignty. It's not about your brand anymore. It's about your signal. It's not about who you are and the reputation that you've built. It's about the frequency that you're on now when you're talking to people. It's the frequency. Who are you serving? Why are you serving them? Where are you leading people you're serving? You can't answer these questions, and the people following you don't know the answer to these questions. I would encourage you to go back into the closet, find out the answers to these questions. You can see, if y'all can see these on the screen, let me know. Renessa, you can see, you can see the good. I'm gonna bring you back up here in a minute because I'm feeling it. And I want your input on this. I got Renessa sitting in the waiting room. So if you don't, if those people, because it's not always a leader, but sometimes it's just the fact that we're following people we're following. We follow everybody on social media. It's like I cannot tell you how many DMs I get of people telling me, you know what? Listen to this, listen to that. And I love every one of them. But one of the things you need to know about me is that I'm very, very careful about whose voice I allow in my ear today. Because the frequency, the energy is no longer something we can play with. We can no longer just listen to anybody. We've got to have clarity and direction. And that's so important that you understand where people are leading you. Don't let people lead you into a ditch. So many communities, I would say in the past year, I saw so many conscious communities spring up, so many people trying to build communities and gather people in. And I've seen so many people hurt, so many people traumatized, abused. But not only that, I've seen people traumatize and abuse leaders too. So it's not just leaders doing this. This is a back and forth thing that I'm seeing. And I felt like it was important. And I'm going to be doing a session. So if you know anybody that's in music, that's doing music in the church, in the community, that is doing music of any kind, and they are under any type of leadership, let them know Dr. Dorothy is coming for the leaders that are abusing our musicians and our church leaders and our community leaders, those whose voices have been anointed to sing. These guys need sovereignty. They don't need to be locked into these constructs anymore. They need to find out what it means to be sovereign leaders, so you're not embarrassed, so you're not dishonored, demoralized on social media because some leader feels like their voice is from God. Your voice is from God. You are divine as well. And until you come into that place, we will continue to have leaders who are just leading us. Look at this image on the screen. This is the anatomy of a conscious response. When leaders are talking to you, these are some things that they should have, that you should experience from them. Clarity. No longer we following people just for the heck of it. Clarity is important, right? Not only is clarity, but active listening. Making room for reality, making room for growth, emotional intelligence, steward the room's safety. This is no longer just leadership responsibility. This is everybody's responsibility that's in the room. Making decisive actions, moving with integrity, support and accountability, the backbone of trust. Come on, y'all. We say we are conscious and we are awake. And we say that we are divine. And if those things are true, then we have got to check how we are leading in 2026, because 2027 is going to call you out. People are going to be coming towards you. They're going to want answers. You are pioneers. I said this before. Those of you in the comment section, you are leaders. I have a tool that I'm going to share with y'all once I bring Vanessa back on the stage, and I'm going to take a few more minutes and share this tool with you that is going to help you in your leadership skills and how you're able to speak to people and share information with people. I provided a tool for you. And so let me just do one or two more of these slides, and then I'm going to bring Vanessa on. So let's look at this. Clarity gives people a place to stand. If you're following somebody and you're confused, why are you still there? Yes, Gwen. Leaders must also be careful who they allow to work with them, because the wrong person, girl, listen. Let me just bring you on here to Vanessa. Oh my God. Gwen, I'm so glad you said that, because I think that the way we join each other, a lot of times we join together as leaders because we like somebody. Hey, little D, what's up? That's my girl. Dorothy Inez made it in with us. But Gwen, I just want you to know that is a powerful, powerful statement. Because who you connect with is the frequency that you are going to mesh with. Who you connect with is the freedom and is the frequency that you're going to mesh with. Who you connect with is the frequency that you're going to mesh with, because your frequencies are going to collide together. So if you're in a community and you see fighting in leadership, get out the community. I'm not here to baby nobody. I'm not here to tell people that who to follow and who not to follow. But I am here to share with you that if you in some place where there's confusion, there's trauma, there's abuse, where there's wars and fighting, and you don't have clarity on where people are taking you, why they're taking you, let's go back to these three spaces. You don't know who you're serving, who they're serving, because they haven't made it clear. You just came into the room and said, I'm going to join this group. But you don't know if what they're serving up is what you need. Why we serve. Why we serve. Where we are leading. What are people getting from us? If people are not clear on those things, and if you in the audience is not clear, why are you following people that you don't know where they're leading you? You don't know what they're serving you. You don't even know if you are part of the person that they're supposed to be serving. Right, Renee?
Can I add something to that real quick?
You can, yes.
A big part of that is because we are fearful of isolation.
Yes,
and so when we are in fearful of isolation, and because we have so many that have come from the church, including my background, but in reality, we are really looking for a connection and an alignment. And that's what
Absolutely.
you bring to the table. That's what we're bringing to the table on the soul and business, right? There's because
Yes.
both are a frequency. And I have
Yes.
seen so many gifts that have gone different directions and have turned their whole entire spirit of aliveness, so many things that
Mm-hmm.
they are meant to be in this lifetime, all their potentiality, all of that because of the insecurities that our churches and or our organized groups have put on to people. And in reality,
Right.
when I look at sovereignty, I look at choice. I look at how many choices does this organization give you?
Mm-hmm.
And if
Mm-hmm.
you don't have the ultimate of choices to serve in as many places, to be able to show up in as many places as possible, and to not think of failure, but think as an experience of growth and expansion, then
Mm-hmm.
that's where we're just seeing we are really looking at the deconstruction of what religion and what those groups and what those philosophies and those organizations have done, because so many people are stepping away. But what's next? And that's
Right.
where I love of what you're creating on what's next for us. If we're like, "Oh,
Yes.
that doesn't work for us anymore," the trauma of that, we don't want to sit and be witness to other people's trauma triggers, trauma
Mm-hmm.
responses. Well, what's next for us? Where do we belong? Where do
Mm-hmm.
we show up with each other? And how do we continue to have sovereignty, have choice in that
Yes.
space?
Yes, and I want to add to that because I love the way you're framing that. And I want you to know that this happens everywhere. We see it in the church. Most of us in this, if you have experienced any type of destructive leadership in religion, just put a one in the chat. Just a one. Just to put a one in the chat. Because what I'm going to show you right now is the fact that it's not just what we're going to be dealing with in 2026 and 2027 as far as leadership. It's how it's going to affect us. So many things are happening right now. We are ripe for
Yes.
someone to come along and snatch us up and lead us down a dead door. Let me tell you why.
Yeah.
Because everybody's talking about frequency. Everybody's talking about energy and vibration. In our language, we used to talk about body, soul, and spirit. We used to talk about the Holy Ghost, and we used to talk about, the spirit. And our language has shifted. We've learned a few words now.
Mm-hmm.
We've learned about consciousness, right? We've learned about vibration and energy and frequency. But I'm gonna tell you something. In 2027, if you don't know how those things feel in your own body, then you're going to pick up on someone else's and you're going to become their avatar. You're going to become their avatar. Why? Because you have not done the work on your own sovereignty, your own autonomy. I love when you said that, Renessa, because that was one of the big points that I wanted to make. Is people are afraid of themselves. People are afraid of their own autonomy. They're afraid of their own sovereignty. There is a loneliness and an aloneness there when we have to take responsibility for ourselves. See, it's easy for me to tell you that you need to watch out how you watch leaders. But now I'm going to tell you the other side is watch how you leading yourself. You need to now watch how you're leading yourself, because now you have to become the very thing that you are looking for in other people. In 2027, your transformation is going to come from your sovereignty. Y'all hear me? Y'all getting this in the comments? Y'all getting this? In
Absolutely.
2027, the leadership that you're going to have to become acquainted with is your own divinity, your center core, where you are divine at. Every person in the audience know my goal and where I'm leading you as a transformation specialist is to your center core, your divinity of who you are. That's the simple goal that I have. I don't have any other agenda with you except to share with you who you are. That is why I serve you. That is who I'm serving. I'm serving those who are looking for themselves and to awaken who they are at their core. If you cannot lead yourself, moms in the market, Renessa, so many moms raising babies alone, going to work, don't have time to put in self-care, don't have time to give what they need for themselves, right? Don't have time to sit down and take a moment to think about their sovereignty because everything around them is leading them. The job is telling them, you got to be here 9 to 5. The children is telling them, it's time to eat, Mom. I got to go to bed. I got to go to school tomorrow. Moms got to get up. Moms are in the market. Why? Because moms are the currency. Moms are the currency. Without moms, the world would just shatter. Without women, the church would shatter. That doesn't leave the men out. Just showing you a fact. Renessa, you talked earlier about patriarchy and why we brought moms in and why you brought moms in the market to the forefront because of the patriarchy.
Yeah, well, we've already seen what our men have already done, and as far as they can create. They've showed us as far as they can create, and we're at the point now where creation has already started to demise. Our families we have more going into prison. We have more families becoming homeless. We have more families dealing with addiction. We have more families dealing with their insecurities. We have more families dealing with all the things that are going on. So we are at the demise of humanity.
Come on.
And if we continue this path, it's already been projected. And that's why we are dealing with the markets that we're dealing with, because they're already projecting our demise. It's already part of the forecast in the stock market. It's actually part of the forecast in the housing market. There's a lot that's already gone into play on our demise. And so Moms in the Market is also elevating the men that we love, the brothers that we love, the fathers that we love, the sons that we are raising. It is not taking away from that. We're just saying, hey, we gave y'all your shot. Y'all had your chance. And we put you on the stage and we gave you the microphone. And we let you show us and guide us and direct us. And what we're dealing with is we are now have this whole economy of people where I believe that it has to be completely reconstructed. Our churches should be the places of business when it comes to training and healing and seeing the gifts of our children and helping them, being able to see and set them up and being able to show them where they can start trusting their inner voices, their intuition. Because I may have had 9 different businesses, but I've had the same voice guiding me every single time.
Absolutely.
Go this direction, hit this frequency, create a marketing campaign this way. So when we show people their sovereignty by understanding their own intuition and their voice, and that their divinity is within, like we all are saying here, and then we create an actual economy around this. We create a support system around this. We create a curriculum and an education and a banking and a housing and childcare and senior care and job training and everything around this. Come on. Put a mom in charge. Put a mom in charge and see what's going to happen. See what's going to happen. She's going to make sure every kid's got their shoes fit. She's going to make sure every kid's shirt fits. She's going to make sure there's a table and there's a plate for everybody and there's extras in case somebody stops by. We live in abundance. We occur. We are the creators. We are that. And so they've taken that from us and put us in this little side place where we're just supposed to be over here and just being in this one anchored part, which we have ran that to the ground. We have put
Right.
it through. We've been the greeters. We've been the child care. We've been every single position in the church that you can imagine. We've also been every single position out in the business field, but they don't want to put us at the corporate table. That's okay. I'll create
Mm-hmm.
my own. And let me tell you, sisters, and let me tell you, family, the tables that we are creating, your whole family is set up. Your next generation is set up. We have our
Mm-hmm.
own market. It's just tapping in together. If you understand that
Yes.
we are the majority, women and children are the majority of
Mm-hmm.
the economy, then we
Yes.
don't have to suffer. We don't have to live without. They just don't want us to find that out. So they keep us distracted, they keep
Mm-hmm.
us disconnected, and they keep us in a prayer motion of thinking that prayer means we have to beg for our needs. And that is enough. We are no longer in prayer of begging. We are in a prayer of attunement and
Mm-hmm.
alignment of who we are and start acting and walking with that evidence. So I see the evidence. I see the families I'm helping. I see the people's lives that are shifting. I'm walking and being that evidence for other families. So that way it's got to be real. I can start dropping off those fears of where do I belong? You belong here. Well, where
Yes.
else would you belong? You belong somewhere where you can be appreciated for just being who you are, regardless of what's
Mm-hmm.
going on in your plate. Who you are and where you are is enough. And let's
Yes.
just bring a safe community to the table. That's where
Yeah.
we have to start. We have to start with the safe community.
Yes. I keep putting up this. That was beautiful, Renessa. I
Thank you. I
like
could
that.
go on. I get my
I
little
know
thing.
we gonna cut in a minute. So
Yeah, cut me off.
yeah. Gwen, listen, y'all don't understand who Gwen is. Gwen is a powerhouse.
Mm,
And this statement that I'm showing you on the screen
mm.
is one of the things as to why this conversation is happening tonight. Because we talk about the church and we're hard on the church. But let me tell you something, there are a lot of communities, whatever they label themselves, if it's offering you transformation, if it's offering you the coaching, if it's offering you awakening, self-care, it's offering you a way to get out of whatever trauma you're in, if it's offering you some type of psychological sovereignty or whatever, do you not know that all communities have the same problem? You can't go from the church community to a conscious community and think it's going to be different. Why? Because until you are sovereign, until you awaken to your divinity, these communities are going to continue to mirror to you that everything that you are looking for is in you. When you start to bring out that divine nature of who you are, start using your voice, you will find that you are a community by yourself. And people will connect to you through frequency, not through messaging. We're moving into a place now where we're not joining communities because we see people we like.
Hmm.
We're not joining communities because there's somebody in there that we want to be with, or we like the way somebody's saying something. Because what you're going to find out is eventually that very thing that drew you in there could be the very thing that caused you the trauma while you're there. So it's important for us to realize that until we become sovereign and understand that we need to start working from our divine core, that is the only thing that's going to bring you the peace you're looking for in the community. That's the only thing that is going to get you and shift you so that you are no longer looking at this external world as a pacifier for self-responsibility.
Mm.
We externalize too much. We are worlds in ourselves. Every one of us is a world, just like the planets. We are all worlds. We orbit and evolve around one another. but we're all giving off different types of frequency. You know how Mars is different and the moon is different and Saturn and Jupiter and Pluto and all these different, that is us. You could never put Pluto inside of Mars. You could never put the moon inside the sun. They were designed to be sovereign but work together. This is the message. Stop giving up who you are for somebody else's reality. This is the message. This is my goal. This is why. This is where I'm leading you. I'm not just giving you some new message to tickle your ears or to give you some new revelation. I got a lot of that in the app. But what's coming out of me now is what I want to let you know, where I'm leading you. Who am I serving? I'm serving every person who is looking for their divine core, every person who is looking for their alignment, their center. Why am I serving you? To help you transform, empower you with tools to start tapping in and living from that place. This is where I'm leading you. I'm leading you back into yourself. I'm going to fight everything that is external to you as long as it's controlling you. When you are sovereign and can control yourself, and you can start to now manage your reality, then it's okay for you to start mingling with other people, mingle with other planets, right? So if you think that this has been helpful for you tonight, just put a yes in the comments. Let me know that this has helped you, that we have given you something powerful, a powerful tool to work with, because now we're going to go into, because I didn't want to keep you long. It's been an hour now. So I'm going to, Renessa, did you want to say more about Moms in the Market?
No, not at all. If you want to connect with me at Moms in the Market, you can connect with me on there, or you can find me on Facebook, at Renessa Guerrero. But either way, I'm just so thankful to be here, and I'm excited for what's coming ahead for all of us here. Yes. We all have work to do, and when you get that divinity place of nothingness, everything is something, right? Yes. And so I love where you're taking us. With us tonight. So thank you. And thank you for all of you that have been a part of this. I'm so excited for what you're about to share with us, and what's next for this next level going into this new year.
Yes. So everybody, I just want to do something really quick. It's not going to take us a long time, but let me see. Let me take this off the stage. I'm going to take you down for a second, Renessa. And I'm going to now share with you how many of you were able to get the app, the Imago Dei Lab app today. How many of you were able to go on to the imagodei.com website and look at the app to see what it's all about and how it can serve you? If you are still with us in the chat, if you are still hanging out with us, let me know if you've had an opportunity to explore the app. I will say this, the app is, let me put this down. Yes, the app is $14.99. And somebody said, oh, Lord have mercy, $14.99. Oh, wait a minute. I can bring you back up here, Renessa. $14.99. Oh my goodness. That's a lot of money. Let me tell you something. If you got the app in the chat, put a 1 in, please, and just let me know. I don't care if it's just one of you. If you got this app, Renessa. Woo! She got it. Thank you so much for your support. I love you. Listen, let me say this. I'm going to switch my screen real quick. Well, no, I'm going to leave it here because what I want to show you here is this is what you, when you open the app, this is what you're going to see. Let me go back to the library. Hold up a minute. I want to show you real quick on how you can manage this app. Right now, I looked up the word leadership. So as you can see, leadership here up at the top. And what it does is it brings up every slide in here on leadership. And so we have a slide here on leadership through response, which we talked about tonight, how frequency gets built, closing the evolutionary lag, and deconstructing the chains of leadership. That's just one thing that we have going on inside the app. But let's go to the first page. And I'm just going to take a few minutes because I want to show you how powerful this tool is. Listen to this.
We've built grand physical spaces to try and understand the complexity of being human. But how do you store ideas about consciousness and biology that are constantly evolving? You don't build a static monument. You build a digital sanctuary that treats human experience as one interconnected ecosystem. Enter the Imago Dei Lab. Here, subjects like cellular biology and spiritual deconstruction aren't isolated on separate shelves. To make this work, hard science, like genetics, must coexist seamlessly with metaphysical reality, like consciousness. That unified architecture is called the meta-literal framework. But you can't absorb a framework this deep through fleeting videos. Instead, the lab unpacks ideas layer by layer through spatial, interactive presentations. These are called living decks, and they force a slower, contemplative rhythm that engages your analytical and intuitive mind. That massive museum-grade exploration of human existence isn't a physical place you have to travel to. It's an ongoing, ever-evolving conversation about who we are, and you can carry the entire library right in your pocket.
Y'all see that? Tell me if y'all love that. So for each app, for each deck that you open, there may be a video there, right? So this app here actually is what everyone will see when they first open up the app, because this explains what Imago Dei means. How many of you all know that Imago Dei means in the image of God? I told you where I'm taking you, right? But that's what Imago Dei means, in the image of God. And you are entering a living library, right? Every journey begins with one single question. So now let's go into, I want to show you this. We have close to 180 different slide decks in this app. Every one of you that are listening tonight, if you get this app, I guarantee you'll be able to answer any questions you have on deconstruction, on transformation, on relationships, boundaries, sexuality, gender, family, religion, social constructs. I have exhausted the topics in this app. And what this app does is, it is your transformation companion in your pocket. It's me in your pocket. That means what you used to call me for, it doesn't mean you can't call me. That's not what I'm saying. But the things that we talk about, where you may be struggling, where you may need some help, this app is now available to you to answer any questions you have. Any questions, I don't care what the question is. In the comment section, just put in a word or something. Put in something that you want to know if that topic is in this app. Just put it in the comment section while I'm showing you how to maneuver through this app. Grief. There we go. So let's go back up here. And as you can see up here, this is These are topics that I thought was very powerful for you when you open the app. You might want to go directly to transformation, human experiences. There are general topics, deconstruction, and then consciousness. These are kind of like the mother topics that most people want to know about. They want to know, how am I deconstructing? How do I transform my life? What do I do to awaken my consciousness in general? So let's type in up here. I'm sorry. What did I just do? Wait a minute. Okay, I think I made the screen big. Oh, I got to do it over here. I'm sorry, y'all. So let's type in grief. Spell grief, Grief, right? Y'all know I can't spell. Okay, look at this. Now, Renessa said type in grief. Now, this is all the topics I have in here that deals with grief. The unwritten manual, the metaliteral library, understanding how this library can help you understand grief, right? The anatomy of overstayed grief. Look at this. Let's go into this deck real quick. And I'm going to show you on this deck. This deck talks about the overstayed anatomy of grief. That means us staying in grief too long.
Mm-hmm.
And how it overtakes us. Well, up here, you can see, if you can see my little mouse up here, this right here governs the different ways that you can look at. You can change it to dark mode, light mode, or Sophia mode. I thought about how people read. You might want the text to be bigger, right? Right? Or you might want it to be smaller, right? So this is how this first page, when you open the deck, basically is a description of what this deck is about, right? And then once you know what it's about, up here, you see this little book. This is the presentation mode, but then this is where you go in to actually learn about what this deck is about. So on the side right here, these are the words that you see on the actual deck, because some people can't always read all of the information that's on a slide. So I decided to say, you know what? I want you to actually be able to read the lettering on the slide. So on the side, and as you can see, the same, you still have that ability to go to dark mode, where however that allows you, you can extend it, make it bigger, whatever you need to help you read these decks. And then you can scroll through them and you can find out all about grief as a process, a natural response to loss. The experience moves through the body and system, eventually releasing. This is talking about allowing grief to do what it's supposed to do, but then you got to know when to make sure that grief is not a residence. It doesn't take up residence inside of you. And so that's a brief synopsis on grief. Is there anybody else that got a topic they want to see in here? And so you can see these navigations down the bottom, which guide you through the app or through the deck. And up here, you can go back to the actual presentation mode. One of the things that I have to do in here, because sometimes the little first slide gets a little stuck. So we're working on that behind the scenes. You know how that goes, Vanessa, building apps. And so down here, so then we just hit this arrow button and then we can go right back to the library. There's a button down here. If I can get my, what's the name, out of the way. Get out the way. Hold up, y'all. Let's see if I can. How in the world did you get here? Wait, there we go. So right down here, you see the word library. Well, what if you wanted to search this particular deck on grief? You can go here and search and find more out about grief. Now, what if there's something about grief you didn't understand? Let's do that. So over here, right here, y'all see this little mark right here? This is your AI companion, right? And you can type anything you want in there. And this AI companion is going to actually be your transformation companion. Let's say you want to know what is this thing actually mean, overstayed grief, right? Let's type that in. Overstayed grief. What is that? So this companion is going to tell you. It's going to search the deck and look what it says. Is not only is it going to tell you what overstayed grief is, it's going to tell you the other decks in here that talks about overstayed grief. So you can connect them together, right? Thank you, Prophet Ike. I love you. I'm so glad you're in here. I'm so glad you're in here. So this deck is powerful. Let's say you are a coach, a teacher, preacher, a leader, and you want to teach people some of the topics that are in here. You can use this app to help you teach your subject. I don't care what your subject is, right? You can use this app to help you teach your subject. And there are slides in here for every topic. So let's explore gender for a second. This is one of my favorite topics. I want y'all to know I love talking about gender. I love it. So look at this. All these are all the decks that I have in here on gender so far. There's over 200 pieces of media inside of this app. You see why it's only so $14.99. Y'all tell me, y'all please tell me that's not too much for what I'm offering you. $14.99 for this app? That's not a lot for what you're getting. You got over 200 decks alone. We're not talking about on each deck. If you see this little window right here, that means that deck comes with a video. So you're not just looking at a deck, you're looking at a video. Let's look at this one right here real quick. Gender and sexuality. Listen.
Entangled knot. Welcome to the entangled knot. Why does questioning who you're attracted to instantly unravel your entire identity? Say you feel a sudden spark for someone of the same sex, but instead of enjoying it, you panic. You wonder, does this mean I have to completely change how I express myself? To understand why, look at attraction and gender as two completely separate streams. Attraction is a spontaneous, magnetic pull, your energy finding a matching note. Gender is a completely different thread. It's just the deeply personal way your consciousness chooses to inhabit your physical form. But society...
Wait, did you hear that? Did you hear that? If y'all heard that in the comments, did you hear that? Gender is the way your consciousness wants to express itself in your body. Sexuality is the energetic attraction that you experience in your body. But gender is consciousness saying, this is how I want to experience this body. That means same gender loving. That means that could be, what's the word where the straight people? Right. Y'all getting this?
Yeah.
The stuff that I'm sharing with you in this app, you are not going to get anywhere else because I'm going deep. I have sought and I have searched my divine core, and I'm asking for these things to come straight from divinity. I don't want nobody telling me nothing. If I can't learn from my own divine self, if I'm not hearing me first, right? So this is powerful. So let me let you finish listening to this, and I'm gonna not hold you too much longer. But this week I'm gonna do a early live session just on this app, and we're gonna explore this app for what it is. If you are a leader of any kind, and you are talking to people about transformation, about leadership, or you're talking to people about business, I have a whole section in here on business. And I don't talk about business the way people talk about business. Because always remember when you're talking to me, What am I doing? Where am I leading you? I am leading you to your divine core. That means everything from everything that I create, that's where it's leading you. And so thank you, IKEA. That's the word, heterosexual. You know what? I got to distinguish that word. I think I did in here at some point, but let's finish listening to this real quick.
Fused these independent forces together. We're taught that who you desire most strictly dictate your physical vessel. Because they're tied so tightly, pulling on one thread disrupts the entire system. That sudden panic isn't your true voice. It's a heavy layer of inherited social programming, crashing in to judge your natural spark. This trap is called the installation. Finding peace requires gently untangling the structure. You must allow your natural attractions to exist independently, without dictating how you live in your skin. And that sudden spark for someone of the same sex you felt earlier, you can finally just enjoy it, without ever having to redefine your entire identity.
Y'all hear that? Come on now. That is
Welcome to the entangled knot.
that's
huge.
powerful.
That's powerful. Powerful.
Now look what happens when you go into the deck. It's called embodied sovereignty. Why is it embodied sovereignty? Because you're untangling the natural movement agenda, attraction, and the true self from the inherited noise of the world. This deck has 15 slides to it. 15 slides. And
Powerful.
then as I was saying, every slide gives you a text visual, so you don't have to try to read the little small things on the screen. Everything that's over here is over here. So this is I'm so proud of this project.
You should be. This is huge. Can we all just give some love to Dr. Dorothy for putting her heart and soul's work into this app? And like, look at this. This is huge, sister. Like, you have an app on the Android and iPhone, and it's out.
Android is coming, sis.
Oh, Android is coming. Okay.
Android is coming.
iPhone.
Yes.
This is huge, huge work.
And you can download this on your iPhone. You can download it on your iPad. And I just discovered today, you can download it on your desktop. So if you have access to the App Store, and I want to tell you this, for every person that's in here, you don't need a title to share the information in this app. You don't need to have a title, right? Why? Because you are always talking to people. I go to physical therapy like twice a week. I swear to you, in physical therapy, I have counseled every therapist I've had. I had one therapist I sat down with, and this is a male. He talked about his relationships. He wanted to know why things was going away. These people don't know me from Adam. They don't know me from Adam, but they're picking up on the frequency. I had another young lady who was I'm working on my feet, right? Rubbing it, massaging it. And she said to me, "What do you do?" I said, "I'm a transformation specialist," because I walk in that. I'm telling you something. I walk in it. I am that. I'm not playing a role. I'm not carrying a title. I am that. And she said, "What does a transformation specialist do?" I help you transform your life and get out of the stuck places that you're in. That's what I do. So this app, as you can see under consciousness, look at all these slides I have just under consciousness alone. It's probably like 20 different slides. There's videos. This little icon here lets you know that there's a video that's going to be when you open that slide, you're going to run into a video. Okay? Nature, so that I can get rid of all of the crap that has been written on my DNA. All of the stuff that has been written on me. And some of it was written out of love, but it caused pain. Some of it was written out of intention to cause harm and trauma. I stopped telling people I want to feel love. I don't want love. I want peace. I want calm. I want to be balanced. I want to tap into my origin. I want to go home. I want to be home. Y'all remember this session? Original. I want to be myself, who I am at creation, who I have been designed to be. That's where I'm leading you. That's where I'm leading you. I don't care about all the others. If 15 aliens dropped out of the sky tonight, it wouldn't change my ideas about who I am. It wouldn't. It would enhance them, as a matter of fact. Because I know that life at its most ancient source is not any of the things that came after that. Y'all hear that? Life is not any of the things that came after that.
Powerful.
Heavy on the I want to go home say, exactly. Listen, and the way that I'm going home is I'm going within. I'm finding my alignment with my divine core. And that satisfies the drive that I have to be back where I was originally designed from. So this is just a short introduction because I don't want to hold you any longer. It's now 8:24 and I wanted to just by 8:30. So this last couple of minutes, if anybody want to come onto this stage and say anything, let me see. How do I invite a guest? I'm going to give you the last 5 minutes. Here's the link. If you want to join us on the stage real quick, if there's something you want to share or say, feel free to join us up here. Just thank you. Thank you, Bishop Natasha. I love you so much. She has been a backbone for me. I've talked to her about, y'all, this is just not the only app I have. This is the foundation app. This is going to get you prepared for what's coming next. This is going to teach you the language, the vocabulary. It's going to give you the definitions of all of this stuff. So anybody want to join us up here? I put the link in the chat. Don't be a chicken. Come on up here. Say what you got to say.
Come on and join us.
Come on up here real quick. Anybody.
What is one of your golden nuggets? What are you walking away with? What has shifted or transformed for you in this place? And also I want y'all to thank you, Vanessa. What I also want to tell y'all is that when I do this, I'm going to go live again this week, like I said, and I'm going to share the live that I'm going to do this week is we're just going to talk about this app. We're going to talk so much about this app this app is going to become a part of your daily life of what you do and where you go for information. It's going to be where you go when you struggling, where you go when you alone, when you in tears and grief and in pain and want love and want peace and want unity and companionship and relate. You can go here. Put this in your pocket, right? And so I'm excited about it. I'm just gonna let y'all know I'm super excited about it. And I'm gonna let y'all get ready to go because I think everybody on the East Coast is probably exhausted right now because it's late. So I love you guys. If you all enjoyed this, just put a 1 in the chat because some of you are probably under the cover with the pillow on your head and just listening to our voices. Vanessa, you have anything you want to share before we close this down? I'm just in thankful and gratitude for this time that we get to be together and knowing that this is the beginning of many big doors opening for all of us as we come together, we align, and just allow this space to know that our creator, our divinity within is really stepping into a place where you're going to accelerate. You just got to put yourself out there and you are going to accelerate because you are connected. All of us are connected to something so big and so great. And that connection is going to take you so far to so
Yes.
many new territories, so many new miracles, so many new levels of abundance and connection and experiences for you and your family that you can't even
Mhm.
imagine. But it's
Right,
really just
right.
stepping into these rooms. And so thank you for giving us this time to step into these rooms where we can become collective together, connected together, conscious together. And I know that your app is going to change so many people's lives,
Thank you
and
so
they are
much.
going to be reached all over the world. And they're going to be able to have answers to their feelings, to their emotions, to what they're
Yes,
experiencing. And they're going to be able to say, I'm not alone. And thank
exactly. Yes.
you for providing such a resource in a time that we are in, where people have separated and detached and are looking on now, where do I build? And you're saying, here's the blocks, here's where you can build your
Yes.
sovereign self back up with the right agency, with the right choices and the right guidance.
Mhm.
And so I'm so excited to be a part of our community and what we're building together,
Yes.
sister. So thank you,
Yes.
thank you, thank you.
Absolutely. And I just want to say, everybody, please go to the App Store. If you type in Imago Dei Lab, we're the second one. I don't know why there's a first one, because I'm the only one in the App Store with the title Imago Dei Lab. so, so y'all go there and download the app. And you know, I have done these sessions for a long time. I have not asked for any money. I have not asked you for anything, but tonight I am. I'm asking you to support me in this, in purchasing this app. And if you purchased it, please, please, please leave a review. Rate the app. Leave a review. I don't care what you say. You can say, you know what, this is just too much information. I can't, leave the review. I need the review. I need you to make this app go viral. Use this in the work that you do. If you're talking to people and you're like, wait a minute, I need a little bit. Somebody's asking me something. I just need to know a little bit. Pull out your phone and open up the app and type into this companion that's in this app. Ask the companion. That's why I gave her to you. This is me, that little star. That's me right there. I'm the library guide. So I love you guys so much. I wish somebody would have came on here and said something, but everybody in this audience be chicken. Thank you, Teresa. I love you so much. And when I do this last session, this live session this week, I'm going to be gifting this app to 5 people. So 5 people will get this app. If you have friends who are not here tonight and you think this app would bless them, if you are chosen as one of the 5, you can gift the app to someone else. Okay. So I'm going to gift the app. Stop laughing, Natasha. I'm going to gift the app. And so we are, yeah, we're excited. I don't want to stop. I started talking about it and got too excited. So it is 8:31. So we've only held you an hour and a half. I'm so grateful for every person that come. Vanessa, you are my sister. You are my joy. I so appreciate you. And I'm so glad that we shared this stage together tonight. And I know we're going to do so much more together. Tell them about do you want to talk about August the 15th or you want to wait on that? Your mic.
August the 15th, if you're in Arizona, we are hosting Moms in the Market, or Women Supporting Women event. That's a Saturday from 2 to 4:30. And we have business owners. We have people that are wanting to start a business, people that just want to get in the conversation of building together and even finding new employment, finding new opportunities, linking up together for our children, for ourselves. And so that's going to be on August 15th. So yes, feel free, if you are in Arizona, please join us. I want to open up the door for you. And also I'm going to be giving away some of the apps at the event as well. So
Beautiful.
We're going to make sure everybody knows at the event about Dr. Dorothy's app, and she's going to be on our panel as well, going to be sharing what she's up to and what she's doing, so we can continue her voice in sharing it with the community and bringing bringing it to new moms and new homes and to this next generation. This is what we're here to do, fam. So we're not
Yes.
stopping. We just starting. And so you can jump on and join, or you can watch from the sidelines, but we ain't
Come on,
stopping.
man. We
So
ain't
let's
stopping.
go. Let's go.
We ain't stopping.
We are not
in
stopping.
this to win it, y'all. We are in this to win it. Listen to this real quick. Gonna go out with this.
I've been chasing every light on the boulevard, looking for a signal, something from the stars. Every step I took, I was moving blind, till your energy pulled me back in line. You came through like a rhythm in my chest, like a melody that wouldn't let me rest. Now every part of me feels brand new, cause I finally found the frequency of you. You're my energy, my vibration. You're my heart in calibration. Every beat, every move feels like coming home. The truth. You're my frequency, my alignment. Got my soul in perfect time. Now I know what love can do. I'm alive in the frequency of you.
Woo.
In the frequency of you. I've been plugged into things that stole my shine, gave too much to places that weren't mine, but your voice cuts through all the noise. You took my soul.